Newsic Discovery Series, your home for new music discovery.
And there's going to be flutes playing and trombones and flowers and garlands of fresh herbs, and we will dance.
With your host, Brock Tessendori.
Guaranteed best time you can have with your clothes on. Although, it's better with your clothes off.
Carter Orion, how are we, sir?
I'm good, Brock. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome, man. Thank you for hopping on our first ever Newsic Discovery session. I'm excited to have you, dude.
There you go. Yeah, man. Glad to be here.
Heck yeah. You just released your first single, Summer Shandy. Kind of give us a little bit of a background on how the song came to life.
Yeah, so Summer Shandy was kind of dedicated for the summer that I never had. And that was kind of in the mix of COVID. I hate bringing COVID into everything, but it truly was a kind of COVID breakthrough, I guess, song about summer on a boat, with people having a few beers, having a good time, and it's just a feel good song. And that kind of stemmed from a very long and slow and kind of dark and depressing COVID years, and figured I owe it to a few people to get them out there and get them on a boat again.
Yeah, absolutely. There was some silver lining to COVID. I mean, people got to spend a little more time with their friends and their family and go do a little bit of different activities. Like you said, spend a little more time out in the. And we went camping a bunch and things like that. So you kind of mix it up, and you spend a little more time with nature rather than sitting around and doing nothing. So I think there was some silver lining to COVID, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you played music your entire life? Is this something you picked up over the recent years? Kind of give us a little bit of background on where your love for music came from.
Yeah, that's a great question, Brock. I really didn't start getting into music, the core of music, until about a few years ago. Kind of just going into my freshman year of college, and kind of like Post Malone says, right? He was inspired to pick up the guitar because he played Guitar Hero. That was kind of me in a similar facet where we played Guitar Hero, but also one of my buddies was also playing the guitar at the time, and kind of got me addicted, so to speak. And from there came, not knowing how to play, the most basic chords to writing a few songs, and from there the passion grew. But it's been an interesting journey because, like we said before, I started out in the other side of the entertainment business, wanting to be an actor. That's kind of what I went to school for, oddly enough. And then from there, a light bulb kind of went off, and I was like, okay, maybe music's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then from there, it's just been smooth sailing, I guess, up here.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. And then when it comes to the music, were you always a big fan of country, or was that just because you chose country because of your voice and your delivery? I mean, I know I mentioned it to you before, but you have the epitome of a deep country voice. So did you choose it based off of your voice, or have you always been a country fan?
Yeah, no. So I was kind of raised around country music. My folks were super into country. They're part of the No Shoes Nation, big Kenny Chesney fans. And so I was raised kind of going to their shows, and but also, a lot of my music is stemmed not only from country but from John Mayer, from Ed Sheeran, from all those legends in the game. Especially the guitar playing, because no one quite plays the guitar like John Mayer does. But the country music kind of came with, I guess, getting older, and that kind of being the music that I mostly listened to, and so that's kind of how I guess the music came out, so to speak.
Absolutely. Where'd you grow up at?
So I did the bulk of my upbringing in central Illinois, so a small town called Bloomington, Illinois. It's about 2 hours south of Chicago, so right smack dab in the middle. Very small town.
Okay, so you were surrounded by the country a little bit, so that makes a little bit of sense.
No doubt. I wasn't. I'm not your stereotypical your stereotypical cowboy by any means. Didn't grow up on a farm, didn't do any of that kind of stuff, but the inspiration, I guess, is still there.
Were people shocked when you released Summer Shandy? I mean, I know you obviously hadn't released, or from what I've known, at least on your Spotify and your social pages, but you hadn't released much music prior. Were people a little bit shocked when you came out with this song?
Yeah. So funny you say that. I got so many text messages and so many DMs from people that I went to high school with. It was like, I had no idea that you could even sing. Like, where the hell did this come from? And so. But that's kind of been my whole kind of life story a little bit. Being from a small town, right? I kind of call it the black hole effect. You stay there long enough, and then you end up becoming, you stay there for the rest of your life, pretty much. And so that wasn't going to be me. But also, I acted. I was in the arts growing up, and that wasn't really the cliche thing to do, I guess, so to speak. And so I always kind of kept that part of me to myself. But it's kind of made me who I am today. It's made me write the things that I write about, yeah.
That's amazing, man. And similar thing. I mean, Devin messaged me, and he literally quote unquote said, "I had no idea that Carter played music, but this is one of my one of my buddies. You should check this song out." And I listened to it, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? This guy's I mean, he sounds like he's been making music for years." So I mean, hats off to you, and congratulations for an awesome release, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, absolutely. And then one other thing I noticed, obviously going through your social, I think you did a cheer at University of Arizona. How cool of an experience was that?
Yeah, that was something else. I played soccer and baseball growing up, so the whole aspect of cheering was completely new to me. And a girl that ended up cheering at the University of Tennessee told me to try out, and I was like, why not? I got nothing else to lose. It's my senior year. Might as well go out with a bang, I guess. And ended up doing that, and ended up kind of falling in love with it, I guess, so to speak. And then translated that to college, and it's the most. I don't even have words to describe it. I guess it's one of the most fulfilling things I think I've done so far in school is to represent a huge university, but also to be on the sidelines with guys that are, 2, 3, 4 times my size. And I'm a big sports guy too. So football, baseball, basketball, you name it. I'm a big sports fan. So being at a big school, being able to be there right next to them was the coolest thing.
Absolutely, especially in a sports culture like University of Arizona. I mean, it's just you can't really beat that, man. That's awesome. So that's hats off to you for picking it up too. That's pretty impressive.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, like I said earlier, awesome release for your first single, Summer Shandy. I think you'd mentioned that you wanted to possibly play a little music for us today. Are you still up for that?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I got a little piece of a single I've been working on that hits pretty home to me. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Kind of jabs at a few things that I really appreciate about my hometown. Not only my hometown, but the house that I actually grew up in. Those walls that I grew up in. So this song is kind of dedicated to that.
Awesome, man. Let's do it.
Sweet. Pull out a good old 6-string here. We're gonna do some live stuff. What kind of music do you listen to normally?
I know people always say this, but I legitimately cover all bases, as I'm sure you might have seen on the Newsic page. But I listen to country, punk, hardcore, rap, pop. I mean, literally anything and everything. I've listened to it my whole life. So that's kind of why I started doing this. I wanted to show people that there's so many genres out there and so many artists and hardworking artists like yourself that deserve to be heard. And so that's kind of what this is a platform to highlight artists like yourself and other ones that have been doing it for a long time. So I'm covering all genres, man. I reggae, country, literally anything and everything. So, but yeah,
love it. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, so this one's called House Down on Fifer. I see hope through a busted window, love in a wooden chair, happiness in a plain backyard, grilling out with my friends, knowing where we're going after high school ends. I hope to see everybody soon, someday with my wife and kids. But my roots sure do run deep in the house lined with pine trees. All the stupid things in the songs we sing will out of my heart. Here's a simple reminder to the house down on Fifer, all the beers we drank and the laughs we made me feel home. That was a little sneak peek.
That was awesome, man. That was amazing, dude. I'm looking forward to that release, man.
Thanks, man. It should be out in the near future. Don't have a select date yet, but if you follow my Instagram page, you'll be updated.
Absolutely. You said that was called House Down on Fifer?
House Down on Fifer, yeah. That was my hometown house. Have a lot of memories. Have a lot of beers shared there. Have a lot of laughs. Have a lot of cries. Got a mix of everything in that house. So what better way to dedicate a song to it?
Yes, sir. And you can hear the emotion behind it, dude. You can tell it means a lot to you. That was amazing, dude. Thank you for doing that.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Yes. Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you checking in with us today. And again, congratulations on the release of Summer Shandy. And guys, please, like Carter mentioned, go follow him on Instagram at Carter_Orion ORION_, and I will make sure to tag you on all of our posts as well. And be sure to check him out on Spotify as well, man. I really appreciate you being here today.
Yeah, Brock. Thanks so much. Appreciate you having me.
Did you have an awesome time? Did you drink awesome shooters and listen to awesome music and then just sit around and soak up each other's awesomeness?
Newsic Discovery Series.